and welcome to or welcome back to my channel. My name is Marin and here you will find a little beauty, a little books, and a little teaching content. So if that sounds like something you might enjoy, I would love for you to subscribe and stick around and join me in my little corner of YouTube. Today's video is going to be my 2023 goals finale, where I'm going to take you through all of the goals I had set for myself during the year of 2023 and let you know if I managed to check them off. Spoiler, not really. Let's go ahead and get into it. First, I will go ahead and link you to the original 2023 goals video up in the cards because that will give you my overly ambitious and cheery attitude about how I was sure I was going to be able to do all of these things throughout the next year. Which, you know, now that we're at the end of the year, reality has spoken and I was not able to accomplish them after all, but that's okay. It's always fun to set goals and to see what you actually do manage to accomplish. So I did manage to accomplish some, just definitely not all. So if you have never seen one of my goal videos before, I did do quarterly updates for first, second, and third quarter, and this is the finale. So I will link all of the previous updates down below in the description box if you would like to go back and watch them. I have divided my goals into different categories, so we're just gonna dive on in. So my first category for my 2023 goals was book/reading goals. So I'm just gonna dive on through. So I wanted to read every day. I feel like I have, for the most part, managed to do that thanks to audiobooks. So I am going to give that one a check as yes. I wanted to read 75 books in 2023, which I have definitely done. I'm actually sitting at 130 and I'm 62% of the way through another book, which I do plan on finishing before the end of the year. So that will put my total at 131. So I have definitely done this one. I wanted to continue my monthly reading of the Nancy Drew series, which I did do. I read numbers 13 through 24 in 2023. I wanted to read at least 6 nonfiction books, which I did do. I wanted to read at least 6 classics, which I did not do. I think when I worked it out in the last goal update, I think I'd only read 2 classics in 2023, so not so well, but it did help me kind of make some reading plans for 2024, so you can stay tuned for those, but I do have a feeling that I will be reading more classics in 2024 than I did in 2023. I wanted to make no new book purchases aside from current pre-orders and my book of the month subscription, and I somewhat did that, but I definitely did purchase books throughout the year. I don't feel like I went overboard, and I actually have a project designed to help me read the new purchases in 2024, so you can stay tuned for that. But yes, I don't feel like I added too many books to my collection in 2023, and hopefully I can get the majority of them read this coming year. I wanted to finish my 23 and 2023 list, which I did do. The last one was The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna, which I read in December. I wanted to complete at least 15 book series, which I did do. I think I actually finished 17, but I can't quite remember. I did a whole series update though to let you know what series I'm still in the middle of, so I'll link that up above if you would like to go back and watch that, because that does give you my 2023 series stats. And then the one book goal that I did not accomplish aside from the classics was post a book-related photo on Instagram at least 2 times per month. I did not do any actual photo posting of books on my Instagram. I do frequently post in my stories. I give reading updates throughout the month in my stories. So I am using Instagram, I'm just not posting photos. So it's kind of a toss-up. Because I didn't make actual posts, I didn't achieve this goal, but I am happy that I was using my stories more frequently. All right, the next set of goals were beauty goals. I wanted to complete a January through March no-buy, which I did do. I wanted to keep myself with a $1,200 budget for 2023, and I stopped tracking my purchases around like March or April. So I don't actually know how much I spent on beauty products this year. I don't feel like I went overboard because I really didn't bring a ton into my collection, but I cannot tell you how much I've actually spent, so we're gonna have to call this one a no just because I truly have no idea. I wanted to pan at least one eyeshadow palette, and I'm happy to report that I did do that as I was working on the Urban Decay Naked 3 palette. I will link you to my Pan That Palette finale up in the cards and in the description box if you want to go back and take a look at the inside of the palette. But this was the palette that I did manage to pan in 2023, so I can check that goal off. And the final goal was to curate my skincare collection. Now, for the most part, I feel pretty comfortable with where my skincare collection is currently sitting. However, there still are some extraneous items floating around in my cabinets that I want to use up in 2024, and as such have put in my 2024 project pan. So if you are interested in those kind of videos, you can check out the intro to that. I'll link it down below. But that's kind of still in flux because it's not completely culled down to everything that I would like to have in the collection. All right, we're moving on to lifestyle goals, and here is where things fall apart. So I wanted to make more use of my Netflix and Amazon Prime Video accounts, which I did not do. I wanted to exercise 3 times per week, which I did not do. And on the back of that, I wanted to lose a certain number of pounds, which I did not do. I wanted to drink at least 3 bottles of water per day, which I do feel like I mostly did, but I can't check it off because I know that I didn't do it every single day, so there you go. I wanted to be in bed by 10 p.m., which I did not do. I wanted to learn a new hobby, which I also did not do. I wanted to complete a Conqueror challenge, which I did not do. I wanted to update my Always Fully Booked planner weekly, which I did not do. And I wanted to spend more time with friends, which I did not do. So, as you can see, lifestyle goals were not where it was at in 2023, so we'll see if I can't do a little bit better in 2024. All right, then I had made some work goals. Now, these work goals were very much geared towards my kindergarten teacher position, which is what I was in when I set them. I do separate teacher goal videos, so you'll see in my 2024 goals, I do not have a work category, but let me just go ahead and go through these. One was to check the calendar each Monday morning, which I do, and then in my new position, we actually get a newsletter each Monday with like the events, which is very helpful. So that one I can check off. I wanted to leave at contract time, which I did for the most part in my previous teaching position and definitely do in the new one. And I wanted to leave work at work. For the most part, I have been able to do this. I do some planning over the weekend, and I do have some planning to do over this winter break. But for the most part, I am able to leave work at work and just work during my contract hours, which is very nice. It is so much easier when you are a special area teacher rather than a classroom teacher. And the last set of goals were YouTube goals. So I wanted to reach 700 subscribers, which I did do. I am actually currently sitting at 841 the last time I saw the number. So thank you to everyone who subscribed in 2023. I hope you're enjoying the videos I'm putting out, and I'm very glad you're here. I wanted to post 3 videos per week, which I mostly have done throughout the course of the year. There were a couple months where I kind of slacked off a little bit, especially when it came to teacher content, because last year's teaching position was hard and exhausting, and sometimes I just didn't have the energy. But for the most part, I have managed to stick to that posting schedule. I wanted to reply to comments left on my videos, which I have done. I wanted to film a themed reading vlog every month, which I did not do. The only themed reading vlog that I did was in January of 2023 when I reread previous 5-star books. And then the rest of the vlogs were literally whatever I could squeeze in. So that got me thinking about like content for this year and how I wanted to structure my filming schedule so that it left me more time to do fun vlogs like that. So you'll have to stay tuned to see what I come up with, but hopefully you will enjoy. Then I wanted to create new to me content, and I have done that a little bit. I've been sharing my teacher outfits over the course of the last 6 months or so, which I hope you've enjoyed watching, and I do want to continue to do that. And then I have a couple of other things that are kind of in my head right now that I might be filming throughout the course of this coming year, so we'll just have to see how that goes. And I'll go ahead and check it as yes, but I know I could definitely do more new to me content. And then I wanted to engage via my community tab, which I didn't do a ton of, and I feel like I need to do a little bit better with in 2024. So if you have ideas of what you would like to see from me, either on my community tab or even in videos, feel free to leave them down below. I am happy to take any suggestions, and I will keep them in mind as we go through 2024. So there you have it. That is my final 2023 goals update. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to my channel if you would like to see more from me, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, everyone.